Once upon a time, a little mouse lived in a hole beneath a house. The mouse usually came out to play and search for food at night, knowing that the house cat was active during the day. One day, the mouse smelled a delicious scent of mackerel coming from the kitchen. Thinking it was safe, he ventured out during the day. But suddenly, the big cat leaped out to catch him. The mouse ran for his life, but being unused to running in daylight, he stumbled and was caught at last. Before the cat ate him, the mouse pleaded, "I was just hungry. I only wanted a bite of fish." The cat replied, "And I am hungry too." Moral: never be careless in unfamiliar situations. Danger may come when least expected.
Once upon a time, a great ox was passing by a pond. The frogs living there were frightened and jumped away in panic. Later, a young frog returned and told his mother. There was a huge creature walking by. It was massive. The mother frog didn't believe him. How big could it be? Let me puff myself up and see if I can match it. She puffed up and asked, "Was it this big?" "No, mother, much bigger," replied the little frog. So she puffed herself up again and asked, "How about now?" Still, the young frog said it wasn't as big as the ox. The mother frog kept puffing herself up more and more, determined to match the ox's size. Finally, she puffed up too much. Hop! She burst. Morale: don't try to be something you're not. It may end in disaster.
The Ant and the Grasshopper. On a bright summer day, a grasshopper hopped around happily, singing and enjoying the sun. It saw an ant working hard, carrying food. "Why are you working so hard?" The grasshopper laughed. "Come play with me instead." The ant replied, "I'm storing food for the winter." "You should do the same." But the grasshopper ignored the advice and kept playing. When winter came, snow covered the ground. There was nothing to eat. The grasshopper was cold and hungry, so he went to the ant and begged for food. The ant replied, "You sang all summer. Now dance through the winter." Morale: work and prepare while you can, so you won't suffer later. The Wind and the Sun. One day, the wind and the sun were having a disagreement about who was more powerful. The wind said, "I can blow down trees and stir the mighty ocean waves." The sun calmly replied, "I bring warmth and light that nurtures all living things." To settle the dispute, they agreed to a challenge. Whoever could make a traveler remove his coat would be declared the stronger force. The wind went first. It blew harder and harder, sending dust and leaves flying. The traveler, caught in the strong gust, held his coat tightly around him, shivering and trying to stay warm. No matter how fiercely the wind blew, the man only clung to his coat more. Then the sun took its turn. It shone gently at first, then gradually became warmer. The skies cleared, and a soft golden light surrounded the traveler. Soon, the man felt hot and began loosening his coat. After a few moments, he removed it willingly, enjoying the pleasant warmth. The wind realized that brute strength could not always win, while the sun's gentle approach succeeded with ease. Morale: gentleness and kindness often achieve what force and pressure cannot. The Crow and the Pitcher. One hot and dry summer day, a thirsty crow flew across the sky in search of water. Tired and desperate, it finally came upon a clay pitcher sitting under a tree. The pitcher had little water at the bottom, but it was too low for the crow's beak to reach. The crow tried to tip the pitcher over, but it was too heavy and stable. Then it had an idea. The clever crow started collecting small pebbles from the ground and dropped them into the pitcher one by one. As more pebbles went in, the water slowly rose. Encouraged, the crow kept going with determination. Eventually, the water level rose high enough for the crow to drink deeply and satisfy its thirst. From this, the crow learned that intelligence and persistence can turn even the hardest problems into success. Moral: clever thinking and persistence can help us overcome difficult challenges and achieve our goals. The Goose and the Golden Eggs. Once upon a time, a farmer had a goose that laid one golden egg every morning. The farmer and his wife were overjoyed. They sold the egg and became richer day by day. Day after day, the goose continued to lay a golden egg each morning. But as time went on, the farmer grew greedy. He thought, if this goose can lay golden eggs, then there must be a lot of gold inside her. If I cut her open, I can get all the gold at once. Driven by greed, the farmer killed the goose. But when he cut her open, he found nothing inside, no gold at all. He had lost the goose that laid golden eggs forever. Moral: greed can lead to losing everything. The Boy Who Cried. Once upon a time, a young boy was given the job of watching the villagers' sheep on a hill. He often felt bored and lonely with no one to talk to. One day, just to amuse himself, he shouted, "Wolf! Wolf! The wolf is coming!" The villagers rushed up the hill to help him, only to find no wolf at all, just the boy laughing. A few days later, the boy did it again. "Wolf! Wolf!" he cried. The villagers again came running, only to find no danger. The boy laughed louder this time. Soon after, a real wolf appeared and began to attack the flock. The boy shouted with all his might, "Wolf! Wolf, please help!" But this time, no one believed him. No one came. In the end, all the sheep were eaten by the wolf. Moral: if you lie too many times, no one will believe you when you tell the truth.
Once upon a time, a great ox was passing by a pond. The frogs living there were frightened and jumped away in panic. Later, a young frog returned and told his mother, "Mother, there was a huge creature walking by. It was massive." The mother frog didn't believe him. "How big could it be? Let me puff myself up and see if I can match it." She puffed up and asked, "Was it this big?" "No, mother, much bigger," replied the little frog. So she puffed herself up again and asked, "How about now?" Still. On a farm, there was a rooster who often felt jealous of the peacock with its colorful and beautiful tail. The peacock strutted gracefully, and everyone who passed by would stop to admire its beauty. One day, the rooster found some fallen peacock feathers and attached them to his own tail. He walked proudly, thinking everyone would admire him like they did the peacock. But the other animals laughed. "Who are you trying to fool? You're just a regular rooster." He also couldn't walk.